Good morning, guys. Look how dark it is. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and it's this dark. Today I was going to take you on a little walk around the village after I'd had some breakfast and stuff, but that's not happening. Instead, I'm going to have to just do some work. I promise you that my vlogs will get more interesting when I have finished my calendar. So I am working today with my light box on because it's so dark. It's absolutely pouring with rain outside. Awful weather, terrible weather. So I don't know what I'm going to do for this vlog today. This is real life, you know. Yesterday's was pretty boring. Today's is going to be a little bit boring, just because the weather is so crap. I just need to get on with some work, so we'll just do what we can. And I have been to the gym this morning. Didn't take any footage of that because no one wants to see me sweating. And this morning I was really sweating. I did a shoulder workout today and 25 minutes on the stepper, or the step mill at the end, and I was sweating so much I couldn't even hold on to the handles because my hands were slipping off. But I had a really good shoulder workout, so that's good. Today is mine and Joe's anniversary, so tonight we are having so we usually go out for our anniversaries, but this year, because of the money situation, we have just got ourselves a Marks and Spencer's pizza and some nice desserts, and we're going to watch something. You guys know that we're into space and all of that jazz. Last night we watched the new Bob Lazar documentary, which, if you must have heard of Bob Lazar. He is the guy that I think it's from the 80s, where he came out and said he'd worked in Area 51 in S4 actually, and it was reverse engineering a UFO, and everyone kind of said, oh, this is all crap, blah blah blah, and he said a few things back then which have since been released to the public, including element 115, which is an element that was supposed to be just found on the spacecraft that they were working on back then. It's since been admitted to be an element that isn't found on Earth. Anyway, there's a new documentary come out. You can only download it. We downloaded it on Google Play and watched it last night, and it was good, really good. And a channel that we watch on YouTube called Secure Team 10, which they look at videos that are supposed to be UFO sightings as well as other weird space things that happen. And a lot of the time he will say, oh no, this is clearly a trick of the light or whatever, but sometimes there's some good stuff on there. And he had an interview exclusive with Bob Lazar and the filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, I think his name is. Hopefully I've got that right. So that's an hour long, so we're going to watch that tonight, which is really cool. I'm more than into that stuff. A lot of the time, if I'm not listening to business podcasts, I'll be listening to interviews and different theories on space and our universe and all that stuff. So that's what you'll find me doing probably 99% of the time when I'm working, unless I get really into a Netflix series, in which case forget it, that's the only thing that exists. So today's plan, I've got to finish, or I'm almost on the home straight with the commission piece I told you about in yesterday's vlog. I've got to get on with my calendar. I've got so many things that need to be done now that it's hard for me to take you out anywhere. I've got the calendar, the commission piece, I've got the bullet journal freebies that I still haven't got out to you guys because I've been so busy doing everything else. So I've got a hell of a lot of stuff to do. As soon as those things are all done, you and me, we can go out, okay?
Good day. Welcome to today's Fact of the Day fact, and it's going to be another guessing one for you.
No.
And it's also about the Milky Way today, not the chocolate bar, which you'll get in celebrations packets. See how I've tied that into Christmas.
Your talent.
Clever, isn't it?
So clever.
Fact of the day is guess how many stars are in the Milky Way. Good.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
I mean, obviously not exactly, but roughly how many stars?
I don't know, 100 billion?
You're close, but it's not 100 billion. One more guess.
100.
100 stars. That's quite the drop from 100 billion.
Well, you know, I'm rubbish at guessing. What can I say?
It's 200 billion stars.
I was so close.
That's all right. I know. I said you were close.
By
the first time.
By
you were.
100 billion.
The second time you were.
That's not
close.
really close, is it? 100 billion off.
So, thank you, and have a wonderful, good day.
Good morning, guys. I have just got home from the gym. I've had some breakfast. I've been to Morrison's. I've got the bear here. Say hi, bear. What's this? Say hi. You'll just kiss me, that's fine too. It's so dark today. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:15 right now. It's really dark. Right now, as you can see from the state of me, I need to go and have a shower. Had a really good gym session today. I trained my back and my biceps, and I did the bicep routine with a couple of my gym buddies, and it was hard, and I can barely hold the phone up, which is going to be great considering I have to paint. Why is it going so dark? Gizmo, why is it so dark? Alright guys, I'm showered, I am dressed, I am ready to roll for the day. I am going to finish the commission piece that I was talking about yesterday, although I didn't end up putting a vlog up yesterday, but I've been working on a commission piece. I haven't been able to show you, which is why I didn't have a video for yesterday, because all I did was work solidly on this painting, and I know that the person who it's for watches this channel, so I cannot show it, and that's why yesterday's video was really just like a no-go zone. So today, for the first hour or so of my day, I'm going to finish that painting. Before I start though, I do want to make a to-do list for the day, so let's do that in my bullet journal together. One more thing before we start the day, I wanted to remind you guys that those little initial paintings that I've been doing, I'll try and insert a picture so you can see. The Christmas postage is kind of coming up within the next 10 days. There's a deadline for postage. So if you do want to order one of my initial paintings, then you need to go to leaflanestudio.com. The standard sizes are A6, which is small kind of postcard size, A5 and A4. A6 is £10, A5 is 15, and A4 is 20. At the moment, until the end of December, there is free UK delivery. They make really cute little presents, they really do, and they look so nice in frames, in offices, on little pin boards and stuff. They look really, really good. They're on a really nice watercolour paper, they're gouache, they come in the grey-blue colour, like a deep blacky bluey grey. It's really hard to describe it. Look on my website, you'll know what I mean. But I do offer them in bespoke colours and sizes, so if you do want something else, let me know, but you just need to get in really quick with your order, because they are obviously all made to order, they're all bespoke, so just get in touch with me on hello@leaflanestudio.com, or just pop a comment down below that you want me to email you with your email address or something, or go on to instagram.com/leaflanestudio and DM me. You can just find me online, even through my blog, any social media. If you want to get hold of me, just drop me a message, but you need to do it really, really soon so I can be cracking on with your painting. Let's get the bullet journal out, make a little bit of a list of what we've got to do today, shall we? Okay, so let's get straight into writing a list. Actually, before I write a list, I'll show you guys briefly what I've got for December. I don't have a great spread for December. I just didn't have time to do it, and so it's not fantastic at all. It's very, very basic, and actually I'm really not happy with it. But these things happen, and when I release my free printable, which should be any day now, we will sit and do January spread together using those free things that I'm creating for you guys. But I say in some of the stuff that I've written for the free printable that sometimes you do have months where you're not happy, and that's just the way it goes. For December, you'll see here that I've just gone for a really basic kind of monthly overview. I've got my oracle card that I pulled for the month. I sit and meditate and I pull an oracle card. It was from my Doreen Virtue Archangel Michael set, and it was the pay attention to your dreams, and I just copied out what the card says there. And then my little quote that I've got in a prime location here is, it's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you're not. And I really like that. Okay, let's get on with writing today's list. So I've been to the gym and I've scheduled my Leaf Lane Studio blog post. Today I have to, I'm just going to put finish painting. I can't put anything more than that because it'll give it away. And then I'm going to have to do, if I could package the painting, pack and post painting. I need to paint baubles. I'll show you that in a second actually. I need to make soup, very important. I need to clean upstairs. They're all my big things to do today. I don't know whether it was the Vlogmas that's not going to go up or the one that did go up, but I was going on about painting baubles. This is not finished, but I ended up doing, because nothing that I was using was working, so I ended up using white acrylic paint mixed with a little bit of glue, and I've managed to get it to stay there without peeling, without chipping, without going anywhere. It just needs another couple of coats. Then I've got, so this is for one of Joe's nieces, and I've got the second one to do. I just wanted to do one at a time in case I messed it up. I've got some beautiful silk, really thick, lovely soft pink ribbon that I'm going to use so I'm going to take off the thing that kind of attaches, that comes with it, and I'm going to attach that. Then I've got to work out a really good way of packaging them up. Right guys, it's lunchtime. I wanted to show you two little plants that I bought this morning in Morrison's. Does anyone else get, I don't know what you'd call it, like plant sympathy?
Yeah, you can call it that.
When I go somewhere and I just see like one lone plant left, or some flowers that look a little bit like they need a bit of water or a little bit of care, I have to buy them. I know that Peter does this as well from Nourishing Soulfully. I'll link her, by the way, I'll link her down below because I talk about her all the time. But yeah, she does the same thing. And anyway, so this morning I was going to buy in Morrison's one of their little glitter Christmas tree things, and they were £3, but then right in between a whole load of these things there were two little plants that were kind of squashed in amongst the trees, and they just looked really sad, and like Christmas had kind of taken over and they weren't ever going to have a home, and they were £1 each, so technically saved £1. So I got two. I keep saying two. I got two. I need to just find them a home though. This little guy, with both houseplants. He's a his Latin name is droopy plant, Droopimus plantae. He's a Pelia. Is that how you say that?
No idea.
Pelia. It will encourage bushy growth if you keep it trimmed. Such a child. So yeah, I got him. Haven't named these guys yet. And then this one, which is a fern, and looks like this. Ooh, little cutie. Tiris. I'm assuming you don't pronounce the T. P even. Tiris.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Terrace. Terrace ensiformis. Fern. So yeah, I got those guys. I'm really pleased with them, and also, as much as I like the little Christmas trees, I What are you doing?
I was hiding.
Oh, you're not in it, it's fine. You're not in it. As much as I like the little Christmas trees, I just thought that those guys, you know, a plant is for life, not just for Christmas. Or a plant is for as long as I can keep it until I kill it. I never killed them intentionally. Anyway, we're gonna have lunch now. I just wanted to show you my plants, really. So. Right guys, I've just finished that commission piece. It took a little bit longer because I kind of needed to add a couple more layers of gouache paint to a couple of things on it that I wasn't quite happy with. I've just finished it, it's drying. I've taken a quick photograph of it, it was dry enough to photograph. Not that I can use the photograph until the person has the painting in their possession, but as soon as I know they have, I will definitely feature it and it'll go on my website. I really enjoyed doing this piece actually, and the person I'm doing it for is very well deserving of it, so I'm very pleased with it, and it's something a bit different for me as well, which is nice. Right now I am going to put another coat of paint on that bauble thing I showed you earlier. Then by that point hopefully I'll be able to package up that painting. I may not get it to the post office until tomorrow now, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. I just had a major desk clean up, guys. It looked ridiculous before. I couldn't even see most of my desk. So here we have it. Oh, look at that. It's just so much better now. So much better. This plant has taken on a life of its own actually. It's got so much bigger since I got it. I got it on the 1st of September as my little anniversary present to myself for Leaf Lane Studio. And it's really growing. I'm going to have to repot it soon, I think, and move it somewhere that's not going to hang in my face and tickle my nostrils. Right guys, I have just done some cleaning, so that is now ticked off the to-do list, and now I am going to cook some soup. And the soup I'm doing is just a vegetable soup, and I'm going to just take you through it stage by stage. Basically, I've got my recipe book down here. I basically have a little moleskin book that I use as a recipe book. So for I know there's other ways of doing soup, but this is just basically a really quick way of doing a vegetable soup. I'm sure many people out there have different ways, but for mine today I've got some, I'll turn you around one sec. I'm just going to chop up a couple of peppers, a couple of sweet potatoes, a couple of carrots, what else, garlic I will put in, chilli I haven't got, onion I can't use at the moment because my body just doesn't like it very much. Salt and pepper, paprika, black-eyed beans, kidney beans, butter beans, got all of those over there, some veggie stock. Brown sugar you can put a little bit in if you want it just a bit sweeter, Worcester sauce if you want it, mustard I don't put in it at all, and 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. All I'm going to do is chop this lot up, put it in the oven, put it in there for 30 to 40 minutes, and then basically you make some veggie stock, put the tin tomatoes in the pan, add the beans, add the sugar, add anything else you want to add the stock, add the veg, stir it in. Bob's your auntie. So the first one is to chop the vegetables and get them in the oven. What I like about doing this soup is it freezes really well, it's really filling, it's not obviously dependent on how much sugar and stuff you put in it, it's not unhealthy, it's just a nice hearty vegetable soup that's super, see what I did there, super easy to do. So I am going to chop those veggies and get them in the oven. So I've just put all the beans and the tomatoes and some seasoning and a little bit of brown sugar and some garlic in here. And then in the oven over here, got the veg doing its thing. Yeah, I don't think I've got much room left in this saucepan for veg, so I'm just going to have to, you don't have to cook it all together because obviously the veg is cooked and we're not eating this tonight, so I'm just going to let this simmer down and become slightly less watery, and then put it into a massive bowl that I've got, add the veg, stir that around, just leave it to cool down, and then I'll portion it out into some Tupperware and chuck it in the freezer. And that's it. I'm going to end the vlog there for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, I would love it if you did. It really helps my channel out. Desperately trying to build the channel up as much as possible, and I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Gizmo, and it's goodbye from
me.
See you tomorrow, guys.